Hello students, today we are starting our new lesson Light. Chapter 10. We have studied reflection of light. The first part we are going to study here, reflections, and the second one is a refraction. So we will study reflection of light. First of all, we will discuss reflection on a plane surface. What I have taken in this figure, I have one reflecting plane surface. Means reflection is a bouncing back of light in a simple language. So when light falls on this surface, which is a smooth, it will reflect back, bounce back. So we should know how it bounces, in which direction it goes back. In order to discuss that, here we have an incident ray. So light is coming through this direction. So AB is the direction of incident ray. So I have taken over here one perpendicular at B. So what do we call that? B. AB is the incident ray. So that light falls at a point B. So the B is called point of incidence. Point of incidence. Once that light falls at that point, it will bounce back in the direction BC. So the BC, ray BC is called reflected ray. So we got incident ray and reflected ray. Now my question is that what would be the direction of BC? Whether it reflect like this, like this, like this, or exactly like this. So what is the guarantee that the reflected light goes in the direction of BC? To understand that, we should learn we have one perpendicular n dash at point of incidence. Means n dash is perpendicular to the surface S, 90 degree, making an angle 90 degree. Now what we will do, we will see the angle between incident ray and normal. We will name that angle as I. So what is the I over here? So I is angle of incidence. Now the same angle if I make over here with the normal, name that as a R. So R, what we call that? Angle of reflection. So we have angle of incidence, angle of reflections. If the surface is smooth and plane, that I equals to R. So the reflected ray will make same angle with the normal as incident ray has made the angle with normal. And as you know that the angle of incidence is the angle between incident ray and a normal. So the angle of reflection is the angle between reflected ray and normal. After knowing all these things, we will discuss laws of reflection. So what do we call that? Laws. The first law, we have three things over here. AB incident ray, n dash normal, and BC is a reflected ray. All these three rays lies in the same plane. Means all these rays are in the same plane. So like this. So incidence, normal and reflected in the same plane. When they are coplanar, if one of the reflected rays is coming out of the paper, in that case we say that these are non-coplanar. So coplanar is a first law. Secondly, angle I and R are equal. So angle of incidence and angle of reflection are equal. Angle I is equals to angle R. So these are the two rules we need to follow in order to draw ray diagram. This is called ray diagram. So light falls on the surface, gets reflected. To mention the direction of the light, we need to use rays. What are spherical mirrors? Suppose we have a sphere like this, and if I cut it from here, then what will happen? I will have two portions, and suppose this sphere is hollow from inside. So I will get sections of that. So sections may be like this, the facing this side and facing opposite side. What happens, the section which is facing this side, suppose one side is coated with a silver color, means this side, front side, so left side of your paper, left side of your hand is reflecting side, this side is a reflecting side. So in that case we will say this is a concave mirror. And what about, suppose your face is like this and this edge is coated or colored with silver, and this one, if you consider this one, so this side is coated and this side is reflected. So what we call this one as a convex mirror. So to understand convex and concave, so we can take one spoon, and if you see that in a spoon, this portion is hollow and curved inside, the face is going inside, so this is called concave shape. And if I reverse this spoon, now this face is bulged outside, so this face is called convex face. So how the images are formed in concave and how the images are formed in convex. So one side is concave whereas other side is called convex. Now check the image formed in concave and convex. I have taken one sketch pen over here and look at the image. The image is inverted. So in the spoon the tip is downward whereas my sketch pen is erect. So image is inverted. Where in convex face you can see the tip is upward, so image formed is erect. So that is the difference in convex and concave. When you talk about the image formations, you need to talk about certain terms. When somebody asks you what is the nature of image, you have to answer either real or virtual. What do you mean by real? The image which we can take it on the screen is a real image. Virtual image is normally behind the mirror, so which cannot be taken on the screen. Secondly, if you want to ask again a nature, whether it is erect or inverted. Erect means it is like this, the straight away right upside, and inverted is upside down, this is called inverted, isn't it? So that is the erect, meaning of erect and inverted. Secondly, what is the image size, whether it is of same size, larger than the object or smaller than the object. It is of the same size, no issue. If it is larger than the object, what we need to say, it is a magnified, and when it is a smaller than the object, we will say that it is diminished. So these terms we are supposed to use while explaining formation of image. Now we'll discuss how to draw spherical mirrors and what terminologies are used to relate the mirror. So first of all, draw one axis, what we call that principal axis, and for our convenience we will take around 4 centimeter, not necessarily 4 itself, but for our convenience, for practical purpose, we will take an arc of radius 4 centimeter. Now what happened over here, I got one curve and the side which is facing from this edge is concave, so this back side is coated, isn't it? So this face is concave, so we got concave mirror. Now the midpoint of this one, suppose this is A and over here say B, and exact midpoint of that curve, what we call that pole of the mirror, say P, and this one is a center of this curve. So what we call that? C. So line X, so X will name as a principal axis. The midpoint of curve AB. So what is AB? AB is a curve which is a concave mirror. Then we got point P is a pole, and point C, what do we call that? Center of curvature. And the line X which passes through center of curvature and pole is called principal axis. After knowing all these terms, we'll discuss what happens if light falls on this curve. Suppose we have taken one incident ray which is parallel to the principal axis over here. This is the incident ray. Now this light falls, this is the direction. Now we'll take one tangent over here, tangent to this curve. So actually this is the direction of the surface, and this is a radius is always, if I take a radius over here, so radius is always perpendicular to tangent. So this radius works as a normal, as we have discussed in plane mirror. Angle of incidence is same as angle of reflection. So this is what we can say. So this is the angle of incidence, because this is a normal, radius is normal, perpendicular to tangent. So whatever that I, the same R is formed here. So this ray would reflect like this, isn't it? It follows that I is equals to R, because your normal is actually radius of this curve. So here I is same as R, and it passes through this point. If I take one more line which is parallel to the same one, suppose I have taken it from downside, again it passes through the same point, and we got one property, means all the rays which are parallel to the principal axis converges at a single point on the principal axis. What do we call that point? Focus. F. So we got new term, focus. So how will you define focus? A point on a principal axis where all the reflected rays meets together which are parallel to the principal axis. And what is the relation between? So what do we call that? CP. This is a focus. CP is radius of curvature. So इसका एक कर्व है, उसका रेडियस होगा. And what is a focus? Focus is a midpoint of CP. So whatever, suppose CP is 4, we have taken CP 4. So this length FP would be 2. So F is exactly midpoint of CP. So that is a relation. So radius of curvature is denoted by R, and when radius of curvature is R, what do we call that? Focal length. Focal length is that FP, which is half of radius of curvature. So focal length is denoted by letter F. F is R by 2. So for every spherical mirror there is a center of curvature, so that's why there is a radius of curvature, and the focus point, the focal length, is a distance between the focus point and pole. So this length is called focal length. So here is the focus. So if you want to have more rays, incident rays, so what we will do, if you draw one more ray, after reflection it should pass through focus. One more reflected ray, after reflection it should pass through focus. So all the rays meets together at F. So in this video we have just discussed the terminologies used in a ray diagram. In the next video we will see exactly how the image is formed in concave and convex mirror, what is the position and nature of the image.